how bad could a Warner Brothers interpretation of Goldilocks and the Three Bears be, really? Well, it turns out actually pretty bad. Goldilocks and the Jivin Bears was banned for quite a while. In fact, it might still be banned, but of course it's floating around on the internet. And it's very stereotypical, but it's also interesting to watch. I think, Disney are unbanning a lot of their shorts, but putting disclaimers on Disney Plus saying, this is not representative of this culture or this race. And I think Warner Brothers should do that as well if they aren't already, because I feel like it's important to learn from previous interpretations. And this is, usually when I watch a banned short, I think that's not that bad. Nobody actually thinks, or very few people think that that's a stereotype. This is actually pretty terrible. It's pretty funny to watch from that perspective because it's just so unbelievable. But this was released in 1944, directed by Friz Freleng, and as you can imagine, it's a retelling of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Interesting use of the name Goldilocks. This is full of racial stereotypes of black people. And when I say racial stereotypes, I mean it. They are so bad, it's unbelievable. And the Three Bears are actually, they have a jazz trio, which, itself is nice enough. The music's quite nice, I kind of like it. Sometimes jazz music and interpretations of jazz players can be quite, racially stereotypical. That bit's not too bad until they start talking. The animation of their mouths is really, it's hard to say that the animation of somebody's mouth is offensive, but it's so over the top that it's not made to be realistic, it's made to be stereotypical, and I find it really unnerving. And then, of course, we have this Goldilocks character who comes along, and obviously calling her Goldilocks, that's supposed to refer to her bright blonde hair. This is stereotyping black individuals. It's a little bit unusual, and it's uncomfortable. And it's very, very rare that I find something that was banned for being racist uncomfortable, because usually they're not that bad. They're usually a little bit offensive, but as long as you accept that they're not trying to be stereotyping and it's just a product of its time, then you kind of take it as a lesson. But even as a product of the 1940s, this is bad. This is pretty bad. There are other characters in this as well, other fairy tale characters or nursery rhyme characters. It's definitely 100% worth watching for all of the right reasons, for the historical reasons, the educational reasons. I would say it's not for children. And again, when things have been banned, it's usually because they don't want to influence children or vulnerable viewers into thinking that that is what that culture or race is like. And normally, again, I'm like, well, children don't always think that. But with this, I don't think it's for children at all. And I never say that about these things. So if you're curious, check it out. But be warned, it is bad. It's interesting. It's funny to laugh at them, to think, how could you possibly have thought this was okay? To laugh at their mistakes and the fact that they were just so ludicrously out of touch with everything, even for the 40s. And I love Merrie Melodies, absolutely love them. But Goldilocks and the Jiving Bears has just completely left me gobsmacked. Check it out if you're interested. Don't watch it for entertainment, watch it for education. And as long as you do that, you'll get something out of it. Definitely one that's going to be worthy of discussion for a very long time.